now to Chinese-style takedowns. Sifu Tony Chen, Mr. Chris Chung, they're going to show us Chinese-style takedowns from a variety of different styles. Okay, so the first style you want to show us?
Okay, this is Shaolin styles. In China, people is not tall, short, is not strong. So we have not like hold each other. So mostly is when you strength or strength back or use your voice.
So the Chinese people are not as big as some of the Mongolians and so forth. So rather than using strength against strength, try to use technique, balance, off balancing. Here's the punch. Moving to the outside. This is from the Shaolin tradition. External Buddhist style strike. And we call that a clothesline. High pushing backwards, low pushing forwards. There we go.
Second one is Omi styles. So somebody try to wrestling you or knee you, you can use your techniques to strike back.
Okay, this is from the Ome tradition. This is a style that Sifu Chen is a master of. Well, actually, he's a master of many styles. But Ome is one of the sacred mountains in China and combines both external and internal styles. Somebody locks you, tries to knee, block, or if they try to trap your leg.
I know I can't. Well,
Beautiful. Okay, and after he falls, the strike. Sifu, when you strike in the Ome tradition, are you striking for force or are you pushing chi?
We try to use the fingers, so you have a special training with fingers. I will show you about the Mao Pa and Kaiwash. So you have to use your finger to the push up. Like Bruce Lee have used 2 fingers. We have to use 4 fingers, 3 fingers, 2 fingers, and 1 finger.
4 finger, 2, 3 finger, 2 finger, 1 finger. These are exercises to strengthen the fingers so they can be used for attack. When you're up, your palms are not touching. When you're down, the palms touch. He's now on 3 fingers. Pardon me, now it's 3 fingers. 4 fingers. Okay, you can try this at home. Now, Sifu, let me mention something here. Sifu Chen is not only a practitioner of contemporary wushu, which is fighting skills, gymnastics, and ballet-type movements, ballet-type grace. In wushu, contemporary wushu, for performance, you'll often see people do a lot of gymnastics-type things, and their hands look good. But in traditional wushu, people do these sorts of exercises so their fingers are strong. It is very rare, at least in my experience, it's been very rare to find people who are equally adept in traditional wushu, fighting skills, as well as contemporary wushu. Sifu Chen does both, and this is one of the reasons why.
This is my family tradition is traditional one. So I like tradition. Okay. So I will show you. Actually, the contemporary wushu, if you know the traditional kung fu, you still can use. Like an example.
Broad Dragon. This is contemporary wushu.
You can use this one.
Good luck, Chris. Contemporary Dragon. You know, Sifu, just while we're talking about different postures and so forth, can you show us the snake style stance in Chinese tradition? Snake, just show us a little snake. I think this is a really interesting comparison.
Snake styles like this type.
This is Chinese snake style, very sinuous, very circular, making kind of like the snake's mouth. Now, if you hold that a second, Master Kilton, could you show us your snake, how the snake moves? I think this is really interesting how each culture, how different cultures interpret the movements of the snake. Both of them are trying to mimic the sinuous, circular movements of a snake. But watch how it's done in Northeast India. Northeast Indian snake style. Okay, could you please show us also, thank you Master Kilton, that was really cool. Could you please show us a Bagua technique?
It's more use circle.
More of a circle. Matter of fact, Bagua, one of the training exercises is called walking the circle. If you ever saw the one with Jet Li, the techniques were principally Bagua. Bagua is Taoist internal martial arts. Somebody tries to put an arm bar on you, arm lock. So try to make a circle to avoid this technique, and then throw. Notice by going in the circle, he circumvents his opponent's force and takes him down. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, one more. Xingyi style. Xingyi is also an internal martial art. Okay. Hard to defend down the center line. So he goes at a 45-degree angle. Hand and feet together. And then he throws him. Notice that he doesn't go force to force, he goes obliquely. Very cool. Okay. Now, if I'm correct too, in the Chinese tradition, once you have the opponent on the ground, traditionally there are the wrestling. Okay. Now this is interesting because in the Mongolian tradition, you assume you get trampled. In the Chinese tradition, once the opponent's on the ground, the fight is over. I'm not exactly sure what the antecedent to that is, but culturally, to me at least, it's interesting. Okay, let's shift our focus now to Judo. Judo has many similar techniques, of course, but Judo, as you'll see,